Welcome to America's Premier Experts. I'm your host, Mark Grimm. America's Premier Experts brings together the best and the brightest in the world to help you grow your business. And with us today is Ben Glass, a seasoned attorney who's helping other attorneys market themselves with a special niche.
That's right, Mark.
Because there's an awful lot of attorneys out there, and the question is, how do they distinguish themselves in the marketplace? And you're right on that.
Well, Mark, there's over 1 million lawyers in the country.
Oh, wow. And that's a lot.
You know, most of them are pretty frustrated with their marketing. It's a highly competitive industry. There's lots of ways to waste your money.
Right.
Yellow pages, TV, radio, websites, if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And on top of all that, the ethics committees are always telling you you can't do that.
You can't say this, you can't say that. So you really need guidance, or else you're just flying blind.
Well, and not only that, but you're running ads that everybody else is running and hoping that by sheer luck, a potential customer or client picks you.
Following the pack, and you have a different approach.
That's right. An approach I developed in my practice and several years ago developed into a second company. So now I teach lawyers across the United States and Canada how to really set themselves apart from the pack without using fistfuls of cash, gory accident scenes, or talking frogs of all things in the ads.
And it's called Great Legal Marketing Consulting. And what you really do is give them some direction that they need. What kind of direction?
Well, the first thing that we teach lawyers is to look around at what other successful entrepreneurs are doing, Mark, and say to themselves, if you find somebody running a bagel shop or a hair salon or something, and they're successful, we say, what are they doing that I might import into my business? Because most lawyers would say, oh, I could never do that. I'm a lawyer.
Yeah.
We say, how could I use that in my business? And so when you find things that other successful people are doing, and they're doing it in common, well, that might be a good idea, and it might be something to try. So we try it, and we test it. We're running really a giant lab now in the United States, testing new ways of helping lawyers establish themselves as the wise man or woman at the top of the mountain.
And Ben, you have a thriving personal injury law practice yourself. So you're not just giving advice to some other lawyers, as to quote the expert. You're actually in the field as a practitioner every day, so you know you're very much in tune to the changes.
That's right. I'm meeting clients. I'm doing depositions, trying cases to
You understand
juries.
their frustration, you know, with all their workload, but you also know how to get it done.
It's the frustration I had for years and years until I figured this out.
Yeah.
That's right.
And what kind of responses are you getting?
Well, first, I built my practice into a terrific practice that's an asset for me. Now, in the great legal marketing side, we really do have lawyers across the United States and Canada. We've got a huge mastermind group of lawyers who pay us up to $18,000 a year to be in our program. And
Let's talk about that masterminds, because I know a little bit about it. It's pretty fascinating. Explain what that is.
Well, first, a mastermind concept is getting people of like mind together who are willing to share at a deep level and not be afraid, well, Mark, you're a lawyer and you're in my area. I'm not going to tell you my secret. Yeah. We really share a lot because we have an abundance mentality. Yeah. And we test. So if you test something and it works, you share that. If you test something and it doesn't work, you share that as well.
You just saved me some money.
Exactly, exactly. We don't need to reinvent the wheel. We just need to apply a lot of time-honored concepts to the legal industry. You know, it's only been for the last 30 years or so that lawyers are even allowed to advertise and market. So it is still a whole new world.
And Ben, instead of following the pack, you say, let's find your niche. How does a lawyer know what niche to follow?
Well, I think a lawyer, first of all, has to give himself permission mentally to develop the practice that he or she wants to build. And that's not something they teach you in law school. In law school, it's service and slavery, work 80 hours a week forever. So once you give yourself permission, Mark, you know, what kind of practice would you like to build? Now what is interesting to you? Do you want to do divorce cases? Do you want to do personal injury? I work not only with personal injury lawyers, but with the DUI lawyers, family lawyers, bankruptcy lawyers, to help them build a practice. And it is very cool because the people I work with are good people. They're good lawyers. They're not the lawyers who people look at and go, well, you know, the media says, oh, well, he's a personal injury lawyer and he's soaking all the money out of the economy. I work with really good people. They have families, they have businesses, they employ a lot of people.
And lawyers can be a tremendous help because there is a perception in many quarters that they're looking to run up the legal bills. But for folks that have had lawyers and have really helped them, it has really has changed their life in a pretty substantial way. And then there's been lawyers that have just been awful. So, I mean, it's a matter of really distinguishing yourself in the marketplace in terms of trust and a special niche.
Well, and one of the things we do that the bar doesn't do, that law school doesn't do, is we teach the public how to find good lawyers.
Yeah.
You really don't see that taught anywhere else. So we teach our lawyers how to teach their potential clients how to find good lawyers. Because, as you know, Mark, there are plenty, most of the lawyers are good people. Yes, every once in a while somebody makes the news because they've done something bad. That happens in any profession.
You're right, because people say, they're looking for a lawyer, and usually it's, oops, I need a lawyer for something. He says, do you know somebody? Well, my brother-in-law is cousin or something like that. And really, there's a better way of doing it, and you know what it is.
I not only know what it is, but when I teach you how to teach your clients how to shop for a lawyer, now that's going to make your practice a more profitable, fun practice for you, because you're going to teach what we call your perfect client how to find you.
You know a lot about management in part because you have 7 kids, Ben.
That's right.
That's a management job if I ever saw. Why so many kids? Because it used to be years ago there were a lot. We don't see that anymore, and it's really wonderful.
Well, we do have a big family. We're very blessed. Actually, we've adopted 2 children from China. We're going back next year to adopt 2 more. And you know, the good part about all that is almost every single night, Mark, we're sitting down for dinner. Unless we're on a lacrosse field or a soccer field or something like that. And my wife, Sandy, and I, we value that highly. And so what I'm doing is building a business that serves that serves family life, balance. And now I'm teaching lawyers across the United States how to do that, because they didn't believe that was possible, because, believe it or not, Mark, in law school, they teach the opposite of that.
And you say, well, this guy's so busy, how's he have time for family life? In fact, you have 3 businesses that you run, Ben.
That's right.
Not just your law practice, and yet you're saying, yeah, this can be done, and it also could be done in a family-friendly way.
Absolutely, and one of the most important things that we teach lawyers to do, and other small business owners, because I do this on a local level, is how to really aggressively manage your time. You know, we protect our valuables, but we let people reach their hands into our pockets and steal our time all the time. Well, we teach you how to build a shield and really to be very, very aggressive about guarding time. And once you appreciate the value of your time, then everything else can work. Absolutely. I mean, I'm living proof of it, but not only me, but I've got friends now across the country in our mastermind and our coaching groups who are living lives of significance, who are being icons in their community, who are being heroes to their family, and running a law practice. And we've got testimonials, people that come to our live events, people that you know, send me letters saying, I've changed their lives, and that's cool.
Let me ask you, what's the best thing you've heard from someone that you've helped, client?
Interestingly, I have one attorney in New York who told me that from a health perspective, that I had enabled him to take the stress out of his practice, make more money. He lost 60 pounds.
Wow.
Now that's unusual, but
less weight and more money. That's a good combination.
That's right. That's right. I certainly have plenty of other stories of people who are, you know, it's not all about the money, but when you have a practice and you make money, you can help your clients better, because, you know, the lawyer who's worried about turning on the lights next Monday isn't able to be most effective for his clients. So we're really rolling the whole package up into something that's very neat, and you know, I'm honored to be a part of this journey.
How does someone contact you, Ben?
Lawyers can go to greatlegalmarketing.com, and on that site they can sign up, and we'll send them a free report and a CD that'll let them know a little bit more about what we're doing, show them the various programs that we offer, and if they're interested in building a more successful practice, being a hero to their family, they can get in contact with us, and there's information there to take the next step.
Great story and a great family man. Thanks, Ben.
Thanks, Mark.
Ben Glass, our guest today on America's Premier Experts.